I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, I wish I had somebody to stop me when I took out my first caster loan. I didn't know that this was gonna start a repeat cycle that could haunt me for the rest of my life. If you don't know me, my name Vontae here with Smith and Lessons. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the tribe, man. And I want to touch on a few points here. I got a few written down here, typed up here on the computer, that I'm going to be talking about that helped me a lot, and I'm hoping I can stop somebody. And if you have done this before, please drop it in the comments, smash that like button. Let me know if you have experiences with castor loans, with title loans, and just with debt in general. And but these ones, are the ones that literally slow so many people's success because you don't even have to have credit to be allowed to have one. And that's what they do. They kind of feed on the young guys and girls coming out of school 16, 17, 18 and don't have no credit but want that fast money. And I can tell you that nothing that I ever got a loan for, I never used that money for anything good. I never used that money for anything that was gonna last long. That money is probably gone the same day. I probably done used one debt collector to pay a different debt off. You know what I mean? Like you use a debt collector like that to pay off a guy from the streets, or vice versa. You just never know, right? So I want to chop it up with y'all about castor loans, about title loans, about all that stuff, about how it fucked me up and didn't let me be able to get into a house when I was ready, when I wanted to. I had to really hunt all them people back, man, and pay off all the collections. I disputed much as I could, but um, the ones that it wasn't nowhere around, right? And I had to wait 10 plus years to do so. So I'm 31 now, and I did a lot of castor loans and things like that back in my, early teens, early 20s, as well. And I cannot say that I was ever getting a loan when I was in a good place, or ever getting a loan for a business proposition, or ever getting a loan to try to make that money make me more money. That money really disappeared very fast. Like it was never anything that I could hold on to, that I had grasped, that I probably felt good about it. I probably bought an ounce and bought the new video game, back in the day. And then what? Like flat broke, and the interest literally kills, man. It kills. You can't get into no apartment. You can't get no freaking vehicle. Like it ruins your credit, and it ruins all credibility just from you wanting that fast fix, that fast money fix. Now, the generation now honestly have a lot more ways to make money than what I had back in my day. So let me know if people still doing this. Are people still doing cash store loans and stuff like that? If you are, drop it in the comments. I want to know. If you know somebody who have, also drop it in the comments. I want to know. But I just don't know if people are still doing that. Like because there's so many different ways to make money nowadays. Like you can do DoorDash and you can do Instacart, and you can, but like a lot of people literally don't like working for it. And these places, like they literally built. Like I was driving around today and doing some promoting, and I seen the World's Finance and the the One Main Financial and stuff like that. And like I've been to all these places. I've done business with all these places before, and like one thing they all have in common is like they'll do anything they can to get you approved. Like they just want you. They just want you to owe them. Like they want you to owe them. They know that you're desperate, and they're looking to take advantage of that. So, hey man, if you get into castor loans, please, don't. But some people do. Let me see. Now, now, I get it though on why we took the loan, because I used to take the loan for the dumbest things, right? And I was never good with paying my bills on time. And back then, making $10 an hour, I thought that was everything. I thought that was a lot, but I still didn't understand the concept of budgeting, and I was never taught it. Like I still didn't understand the concept of paying your fucking bills like on time and early if you can. Like I was how I was raised, man. We just did what we could to get by, and we moved around so many times, but we never had any longevity. So I wasn't really worried. I was used to moving around, so like I never really stayed in one place for too long until I got married, right? But yeah, man, like I get it and I understand it, like on why you take these things and why you want these things. Sometimes it's just for a fix. Sometimes like your freaking credit cards and your debit card been going negative every time you get a paycheck, and you just can't. You feel like you can't fucking go against the grain. You feel like you're going against the grain, and you feel like you can't figure it out. And you feel like no matter what, you're always gonna be behind, and you're never gonna get on top. So sometimes you getting this loan, like, okay, this loan is gonna get me ahead, and this and that. Even if you use it, if you get this loan and you pay your rent, and you get some things that make you feel nice, and you get some things accomplished, you pay some bills off, so that you're set. What happens next month, and then what happens the month after that? Right, then you're looking for another outlet, and now you done added on another bill. Like, they be wanting a lot. I'm talking about, like, out of each paycheck, 150, 170, like, hey, that hurt. Like, that's a whole day's of worth of work at $20-something an hour. So if you're literally working 5 days a week, so you call off sick one day. But like, no matter what, they gonna want their money. So then now that's just making your checks even smaller. So you just digging even a bigger hole for yourself. And then when you do finally come across some money, where it gotta go? To paying off that debt. So they ain't garnishing your checks every 5 minutes. Right? Well, let me touch on this one real quick. I promise you, man, it's a never ending cycle because I lived it. Like, I used to literally borrow money from my mom or borrow money from my granny, and then end up borrowing money from my brother and borrow money from here, borrow money from there. And at Limelight, in the beginning, it only looked like, oh, it's only $10 here, it's only $20 here. You know what I mean? But then by the time you get paid, now you owe people $175 when you get paid. 25 here, 50 here, 20 here, 10 here. Like, and then what happens is now you get that check, and you use that check to pay people back, and now you stuck with $300-400 measly dollars, and then you end up doing it all over again. Because now once that money gone, you asking them same people, the same list of roles. Everybody know what I'm talking about. If you've been in this situation, you got a rotation of names in your phone that that help you out in some situations. And some people might say no, but some people gonna say yeah. Some people ain't gonna say yeah all the time, but that's why you got a roster of, right? Everybody that have been in this situation before. If you haven't, God bless you. But I have. I done been in a situation where I had to ask people for money just to be able to buy diapers, right? And that makes me feel messed up as a human being, like as a parent, right? So like, I had to do something that changed. I had to be able to flip the script, right? And what I'm saying this is because, like, I had all these Castor loans. I had title loans. I had the One Man Financial. I had the World's Finance. They all the same thing. They're all the same thing. And I promise you, when I went to go buy my house, I could not buy a house because they said that, no, your credit's too messed up. You owe too much in collections. I had to track these people down. I had to track down old landlords and pay them their money, and get it notarized and get it stamped and get it approved. Like, in order, so like, if you haven't done this yet, do not do it. And I know we probably living in a world that you don't even need to do it. But me just seeing these buildings out here kind of just aggravate me and piss me off because I know why they're here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wish, like, even if I had that much money, I would never be the company to attack and to target desperate-minded people and take their money in exchange, for them paying me interest. Give them money in exchange for them paying me interest, and then like literally screw them. The payments are they're not feasible. And at this point, I would just wish they would just not approve everybody. Just make it that easy. But like, they got to make their money, right? So they're not going to do that. But they approve the people that don't have no credit at all. And the sad part about it is why as soon as you miss a payment, that shit go right on your credit. Right away. Right away. But you pay your whole credit card off, you pay something good on your credit, and you don't hear about that shit for 90 days. You like, why y'all ain't reporting that? Why y'all ain't reporting the good that I done did? But soon as like y'all send us to collections, now my shit dropped down 65 points. Come on now, make it make sense. Like, right? So like, don't get caught into that rabbit hole. Don't get caught into that trap of letting these companies out here feel like they giving you a head start when they not. Like, everybody, like, go out here. You got means to make other money. If you can go get a Castor loan, you can go out here and do some DoorDash. You can go out here and do some Instacart. You can find some way. You can shovel some snow. You can rake some leaves. You can find some ways to hustle, right? Like, don't keep on digging ourselves. Like, I see it, especially in my culture, is we keep on digging ourselves in these, and then we think it's funny. And that's because, like, people from our culture treat a job like it's a joke. Like, they treat it like, man, like we should be, stacked up, racked up, doing whatever, right? Doing a whole bunch of nonsense, not making no damn money for real. Like, call out your biggest drug dealer you know. Call him out. Ask him how much thousands he got right now saved up, right? And see if that equates to how much you can make at a job for 1 year. If you can find a job paying you $75,000 a year, if your local drug dealer that look like he got on all that shit, if your local drug dealer ain't got $50K cash right now saved up, like, he better go work a job and get that $75K a year. I'm just gonna be real. Like, let me see. Yeah, no, that was the turning point for me though. When I was able to change the game. Like now, my mama, she literally buying houses cash money. She done had a business for the last 15, 20 years, her own tax business, and now she's able to buy houses cash money. When we were young and we was kids, like, we didn't have none of that, right? And everything me and my wife done accomplished, we done got it on our own, out the mud. So I understand with her being able to buy money, like 50 something, with her being able to buy houses cash money, I need to get to that point, and I want to get to that point. You know what I mean? And like, you can't get to that point if you got this debt. This like that. This is the worst debt. It's lingering over your head. It's always there. Every time you get a job, they're gonna garnish it. Like, they in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can acquire better debt than cash stores and stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like, don't get in that cycle. That money, bro, I'm telling you, money ain't that serious. For real. Like, and like, I used to do it. And that was the biggest flip for me, is when I realized, okay, I started giving them my money, and I invest my money myself. I started investing my money myself. Now, if I need to borrow, so I could borrow myself. I could borrow against myself. I could borrow my own money. If I really need $400-500 that bad, I could borrow my own money. I stopped giving them all the power. You know what I mean? Like, and like the biggest, and when I realized that is when it was time to get our house. When it was time to get our house, and I said, all right, look, they said we can't buy no house because of this, because of that, because of this. All right, by next year, this time, tax time, we're going to be buying a house. And like, everybody that know me know that's exactly what we did. That's all I did for the whole year, was chase down all the people I needed to chase down, stack up all the money I needed to stack up, pay off everybody I needed to pay off, to do exactly what I said I needed to do. And these cash store places will try to screw you. So don't let them. Let me see right here. Yeah, man, a lot of stuff I wish I knew back then. Back then I wish I was more able. Like not able in the sense of like physical ability, but just more free. Like, I was working full time. I think I was working 2 jobs at the time. Like, and I don't know how I was always broke, but I was. So I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I was working at Steak and Shake 45, 50 hours a week. And then I was also working at Applebee's, and I was playing semi-pro football, driving all over the place. Like, And I don't know how I was always broke, but I was, and my bills were never paid. Like, and that was the biggest thing for me. I like how I'm always broke and my bills are never paid. It don't make sense. It just didn't make sense. So when I flipped that script to really learn, and me and my wife, we done really tapped into our finances a lot this year to really learn, because like she taught me the aspect of pay your shit early, pay it fast, pay it whatever, and then whatever you got left, you know what I mean, fuck off, right? And what I started realizing is like once we started paying everything that we needed to pay, we had more money. It just gave us more freedom, if that makes sense. Once everything got paid, even though we were broke, we felt richer. You know what I mean? And that was huge for me. But then the real shift got to switching when I realized that okay, like we just not supposed to pay bills and die. Just that, you know what I mean? That's, we want to enjoy our time here as well. So and the only way for me to do that is to have a 10-year, 20-year plan. So, you know, I set out for a 10-year plan, and we on year 2.5 of it now. We done started our own service business. We done both quit our full-time jobs. We're full blown entrepreneurs. We're investors. We wear all the hats and we do all the things. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and join the tribe. It's your boy Vontae here with Smith and Lessons. I'm gonna be on here dropping more game, and just spreading the thoughts that's on my brain. I'm not a very fluent speaker. Like I'm honestly, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get better as time goes on. I actually want to get better at reading, and I got a lot of stuff I know I need to work on. You know, I'm only 31. I got time. I got time to elevate. I got time to get better. I'm just a young black kid from the projects, man. Trying to make it out of it the right way. Like, you know what I mean? Like I done definitely dodged a couple things. I done did some dirt before that I'm not proud of, and I'm just grateful that I'm still be able to be here. I'm grateful that I didn't ever get locked up or killed or nothing like that, and I'm just happy that I was able to make it to the other side of it without letting it consume me. Like I always had like a level head on my shoulders from from how I was raised and how I grew up. You know, my Uncle Carl was raised on a farm, and then I moved down to the city, and you know what that city will do to you. But I always kept them principles and everything, and I wanted to be bigger than my situation. And I never even really realized my situation until about 2-3 years ago. I didn't understand that my situation was a situation, and that I had control over no matter what happened in my life. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that I had control. Like I had to stop just being a sheep and following. And I always been a leader though. Always been a leader, but at the same time, like I gave too much leashes, and now I'm on my own path, and I'm doing what I want to do. Like literally doing what I want to do. And I know it ain't too late. I know I broke my back down for a company that I still love and still got a lot of respect for. Like I gave that company the best years of my working class life. I could tell you that, because now growing this business and being on the back end of it, and doing all the ins and outs of the business on top of doing all the physical labor of the business, I could see my body starting to. I could see my age now, and like before, it was nothing you could ever stop me. Like I was willing to run through a brick wall, and now I'm literally trying to preserve my body, and like because like it's important. Like you only get one of them, so like don't be out here working like a slave and not getting your wages, man, and not getting what it's worth. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thanks for tapping in. Like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We out.